On Saturday, Donald Trump went and spoke at the Turning Point Action Conference, and things immediately went off the rails when a confused and slurring Donald Trump went off on a tangent and actually described to the crowd how he washes his beautiful hair. Or, at least, how he tries to wash his hair, but of course he can't, because apparently there is no water in the United States. So here he is, again, slurring uncontrollably, but this is Donald Trump telling the Turning Point folks why he can't wash his hair. Take a look.
I've had the experience. I take a shower, I want that beautiful head of hair to be nice and wet. Lathered. I want it to be lathered beautifully. And I get this best stuff you can buy, and I dump it all over. And then I turn on the water, and the damn water drips out. Takes me. I can't get the stuff out of my hair. It's a horrible thing. No, it's terrible. Oh, you turn on the sink and the faucet. You turn it, and no water, practically no water comes. So you leave your hands under there. You're trying to get the water. Well, I revoked all of that stuff, and they just put it back on. Isn't that terrible?
You know, Donald, I hate to say this, but if you're not getting water coming out of the tap, whether it's in the faucet or the sink, as you described both, have you paid your water bill? I mean, maybe this is a you problem. Maybe it's not a problem with the faucets. Maybe there's not something wrong with the plumbing. Maybe you're just not paying your bills. And you're like, why is there no water? This is Biden doing it. No, go check with your accountant and make sure you paid that water bill, bud. What's even funnier, though, is that there were people in that crowd, presumably all of them, that watched this absolutely incoherent, rambling speech, and they look at him and they say, that's my guy. That's the guy I want to be president. The guy talking about washing his hair in a beautiful lather? That's the guy I want to have the nuclear codes. These people are insane. And I'm not just talking about Trump, I'm talking about the people in that crowd. Anyone who can look at that speech and still say, that's my guy, you have a problem. You have a very real, probably diagnosable problem. There's something wrong with you. Not to mention, as I pointed out, and I think this has gotten way overlooked, the slurring. I mean, the guy's kind of talking like he's got something in his mouth a little bit, like maybe there's something stuck in his back teeth. I don't know what it is, but there is definitely a problem with the way this man is speaking. Again, maybe he had a cavity filled. Maybe he's got some numbness in the back of his mouth. It did kind of sound like that. I know, because I've tried to do videos after having things done at the dentist's office, but it could be a cognitive issue. It could be a substance issue for all we know. All I know is that that is not how Donald Trump normally speaks. But there he was up on that stage, going off on God knows what about water, and slurring uncontrollably. And to me, that's the bigger part of the story. We know that this man loves to rant and rave about not being able to figure out how to use a shower. But the slurring, combined with those mental rabbit holes that he's going down, that's indicative of a much bigger problem, which of course, as I've talked about repeatedly, mental health professionals continue to warn us about, because the incoherence combined with the slurring are both symptoms of potentially very severe mental problems. Well, folks, we have crossed that 1 million subscriber milestone, but rest assured, we are just getting started here at Ring of Fire. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and make sure to like, share, and comment on the videos.